So hi, how is everybody today? It is Monday, December 10th, and it has been a crazy busy day. I was home till about 2:30 this afternoon doing typical laundry and school stuff, but it just seemed like every time I turned around there was some other thing I had to do, help kids with schoolwork or like I said, working on laundry. But we also had my husband's office open house tonight, and so we had to get ready for that. My son left early to go help, and then one of my daughters was working today, so she wasn't there, and it just turned into a crazy busy day. I have not knit a stitch today, but my plan tonight is maybe stay up a little late. I still got laundry to do, so I'll stay up a little bit for as long as I can stay awake and work on a couple of my Advent projects. The last time I did this, however, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know this. I'm Bede Sisters on Instagram if you're interested. But I got really sleepy. I was supposed to just knit almost every stitch. It was like a little bit of edge and then just knit. I reverted to purling. Who does that? Who purls in their sleep? Don't you revert to knitting in your sleep? No, not me. I sleep purl. Anyway, I started to leave it, but I realized it was partway through a row, and even I couldn't handle that, so I pulled it back. It wasn't that hard, but I pulled it back and fixed it and carried on. So let's hope that there's not going to be an Instagram post tomorrow about how I started sleep purling or something equally annoying. Well, I got a little bit done, I think, after we chatted yesterday. And this was this Nomadic Yarns, I think. This was the striping. And then this is my main color. And then you can see this one, which is Twist Fiber Studio. I don't think I have a colorway name, but it's just this soft gray. And I think you can see a pretty decent contrast with the main color, the dark main color here, and then my today's Twist Fiber Studio. I'm about halfway through the lace pattern on this. My next color, I've got a couple from Jay-Z, who is Julia. She's the one who designed the Chestnut Leaves shawl. I have two from her. This one is, I think this is Unplanned Peacock. Is that right? I don't have a colorway name, but it's from Unplanned Peacock. And it's blues and grays and what is that? Dark, I think that's just sort of a charcoal gray through shades of blue. And then this one is got purples and greens, and it's just absolutely vivid purple in there. And this is from Done Roving. I might actually go with the purple since I've got kind of this low contrasty stuff right here. Either one would work, but I think I just want a crazy pop of purple in there right now. I'm leaning toward using these next because they're already wound into balls. I don't mind winding the minis, but with limited brain space, it might be just as well if I don't have to wind it myself. The other thing that I don't know that I even had this much done before I recorded yesterday, but this is the other Advent project. This is the yarns that I'm using from the Indie Dyer swap, and the pattern is Pure Imagination Cowl, and I'm working on the Twisted Rib, which will use this. I'm still on the first color. It'll be Twisted Rib, and then after I finish the Twisted Rib, then I'll do the first color, and I'll join it and work it along with just this plain cream. I really like how it looks with the working the two together. I don't know if that's focusing very well. I know my eyes aren't. I don't think I've ever knit with two strands held together. I used to crochet like that all the time, but I was a little worried that I would struggle with it with knitting, but so far it's not a problem. I'm not having any trouble with it at all. Other than that, today, it's been just not enough time to do anything other than get ready for the open house. One of our traditions is that we bring a little keyboard, and my husband leads Christmas carols, and I play Christmas carols for everybody to sing. So I joked that I was chained to the keyboard tonight. But it was really fun and a nice evening. Actually, quite a lot of people came out. It's been really chilly here today. It's been in the 30s pretty much all day. It might have hit 40 at some point, but it's just been chilly and rainy today. No snow or anything. Although we may get a couple of hours of flurries tonight. Pretty unusual for us in December, but unfortunately it's going to be dark, so you're probably not going to see any of it at all. How are you? Did you get caught up in the big snow? There's like a foot of snow just a couple hours away, so kind of a fun white pre-Christmas, I guess. Hope everybody's safe and well, and it's toasty warm where you are so you can enjoy it. Well, I got my daughter Janie to pick one of my Indie Dyer swap packages to open, and she grabbed this one immediately. She said it's shiny, therefore that is the choice. So I'm going to see if I can get this open, and I will show you what it is. Rip that paper. Oh, very shiny paper. Ooh. Is there a tag? I don't see a tag anywhere. I don't know if it had one. I don't see one at all. Well, I don't know what it is. It looks almost like hand spun. Kind of dark, like browns, and there's some orangey rust colors. And it's like little thick and thin bits. That's going to be really interesting to work along with that white. That's going to look really interesting. But that's actually one reason why I'm glad that it's holding two strands together. I think that'll make it, I think it'll make it more cohesive a look if you have the white held together. But anyway, that's today's. And if you know what this is, let me know, because I don't see a label with it. So I would love to know who did this yarn, because it's really nice. It's not rough feeling, but it's not super fuzzy soft, but it's not scratchy at all. I like that. It feels bumpy, maybe? Is that the word? Because you can see it's the twist right there. Anyway. So very cool. And I keep poking around seeing if there's a tag in there. I don't see one. So that will be the next one that I add in. I'm going to do the red, and then I think that'll be my third color. I am drinking some tea out of a Christmas mug. I think this was just part of a little gift basket or something a few years ago, but it's really pretty. And it can go in the dishwasher, which makes it a favorite this time of year. The tea is a fruit tea from China. Honestly, I'm not sure if there's any actual tea in it, any tea leaves, but it has bits of dried fruit in it. So when you brew it, it actually rehydrates these little pieces of fruit, and you can pull out the pieces of fruit and eat them if you want to. It tastes pretty good. We went to a tea tasting at a tea shop in Beijing. It was very touristy. I'm sure they have people come through all the time, but they had this kind of fruit tea there with the little bits of dried fruit in it, and it's really good. I need to pull out my little teacup from China and use that sometime over the holidays, but it's the little kind of almost egg-shaped bowl kind of look to it. It's really pretty. I hardly ever use it. I keep it in my china cabinet because it's a little bit delicate, but just to use once or twice and to show you that cup, I think we might do that. I think that'd be fun. One other thing before I let you go. My sister-in-law takes Martha Stewart Living magazine and then shares them with me when she's done. I do the same for her, and if I get a magazine I think she'll enjoy, I pass it on to her. Although honestly right now I don't think I'm taking anything that she's not. So, but anyway, this is the Martha Stewart. She just gave it to me today. It says, "Make it magical." But what we thought was really funny, can you see this headline right here? How to party like a Martha. Now, I'm guessing that the Martha is Martha Stewart, but it doesn't say how to party like Martha. It It says how to party like a Martha. We decided that this sounds like a women's Bible study. It sounds like a women's Bible study book, How to Party Like a Martha. So I think somebody ought to get on that. I think we need a book called How to Party Like a Martha, don't you? When I was growing up, our church, and I think this was probably a denominational thing, but I haven't been in churches that have done this since then, but they did something called January Bible Study. And I enjoyed going. It was kind of fun as a kid because they had a class for adults, but they also had classes for children. And it ran, I don't know, 3 or 4 sessions in the evenings. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it was on school nights. I didn't particularly love school, but I was good. I made good grades and I didn't get in trouble or anything, but it bothered me to be out late on a school night. I was that kid. So that was the only thing I didn't like about January Bible Study, but I think this sounds like the Women's January Bible Study, How to Party Like a Martha. So if you have any ideas on how to party like a Martha, let me know. Tomorrow we have, we're scattering to the winds tomorrow. I am taking 2 children and myself to the dentist in the morning, but then when we get back, 2 older children are taking a dog to the vet for us. My husband's working, and Janie has a riding lesson, so I'll be heading toward Aiken for a horseback riding lesson tomorrow, assuming the weather's okay and it's not raining too hard. Well, I hope your Christmas prep is going well, and hopefully I will get a little bit of knitting done while I am waiting on laundry. Take care, everybody. Have a nice evening. This may not actually upload until morning. So again, hope your Christmas preparations are going well and that you're having a lovely December, and I wish you Merry Christmas. We'll talk again soon.